Hello and welcome to another edition of Michigan Conservative Roundtable. This is number 6 in Mac's Held Accountable series. I'm Mac, and today I'm going to be holding Speaker of the House Nancy Pelosi accountable. Nancy Pelosi is the Speaker of the House. She represents the 12th Congressional District in California. She is 79 years of age. She has been in Congress since 1987. This last Saturday, President Trump tweeted, "Representative Elijah Cummings has been a brutal bully, shouting and screaming at the great men and women of our Border Patrol about conditions at the southern border," the detainee centers, I'm sure. When actually his Baltimore district is far worse and more dangerous. Pelosi responded to the president's tweet with one of her own. "Representative Cummings is a champion in the Congress and the country for civil rights and economic justice. He is a deeply valued colleague. We reject all racist attacks against him and support his steadfast leadership." Where is that leadership? Does this look like the result of leadership? Pelosi's own district is a shithole. People defecating in the streets, homeless tents everywhere. The once beautiful city of San Francisco is turning into a ghetto quickly. All while she continues to put illegals before Americans, particularly American veterans. She says that she rejects all racism, except that which pours out of the mouth of Minnesota Representative Ilhan Omar, who says white men are the cause of most of the deaths in this country, which is just factually not true. Like all leftists, racist is their first response to any argument when they have no way to defend their positions. On July 16th, the House, led by Speaker Pelosi, passed House Resolution 489 condemning President Trump's so-called racist comments about the squad. They completely twisted and edited those comments to be what they wanted to be. Speaker Pelosi clearly cannot control the squad. One would think that AOC were running the show, and she actually called the Speaker Pelosi a racist not so long ago, because she had the audacity to criticize or correct women of color. Anytime you disagree with a person of color, you are a racist, as they cannot be criticized in any way. They must be obeyed at all times, or you clearly hate them, and therefore are a racist, or misogynist, Islamophobe. Pick from the list of slurs they like to throw out when they can't defend their arguments. Speaker Pelosi espouses open borders. The more the merrier, because they want to turn them into Democrats so they can vote. She's for 16-year-olds voting, abortion at all times for any reason, while she claims to be a Roman Catholic. I don't think so. She may have been baptized in a church. She may have gone through her confirmation, but her actions speak louder than her words. Let's cover some of her favorite misspeaks over the years. She has said all of these things during her illustrious career. In 2013, Pelosi told Chris Wallace on Fox News that spending wasn't a big deal. It could be offset by raising taxes. It's her belief that it's almost a false argument to say that we have a spending problem. We have nearly $24 trillion in debt. I think we have a spending problem. She has trouble with numbers again. Or names, I should say. She repeatedly calls Donald Trump President Bush, which in and of itself, people make mistakes and misspeaks, but it is concerning because when nurses and doctors evaluate people's mental state, one of the questions they ask him is, who is the President of the United States? And I don't know what she's going to answer. She might say Woodrow Wilson. She said that, also said that every month we don't have a recovery package and that we're losing 500 million jobs a month. There are only about 325 million Americans, and then God knows how many illegals. Pelosi said that Obamacare would lower everyone's rate. She said this on Meet the Press. But a year later, when it was clearly a disaster for most people, she said, I don't remember saying anybody in this country would have lower premiums. I remember, Nancy. Pelosi complained that, or compared the Obamacare to the Declaration of Independence when she was getting ready to celebrate the 4th of July. We are celebrating the health independence. It captures the spirits of our founders. Well, that might be true if our founders were Woodrow Wilson, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, Lyndon Baines Johnson, but they weren't. It's a complete misunderstanding or a complete lie, whichever way you want to put it. She loves to spend tax dollars like every Democrat. She said in 2013 debate that regarding the government's $4 trillion yearly budget, that the cupboard is bare. There are no more cuts to make. I have to disagree. In 2017, she attacked President Trump, claiming the president is expressing a sign of weakness, saying he cannot control our borders and we have to build a wall. So it wasn't a sign of weakness when Pelosi voted for that exact wall in 2006. And then, probably one of her most famous gaffes is, we have to pass the bill before we can find out what's in it. That's irresponsibility at a mega level. And she also dismissed the tax cuts Americans got, everyday working Americans got, saying $1,000 to $2,000 bonuses that American workers got as a result of the Trump tax cuts, in terms of bonuses corporate America received, that all that we got were crumbs and that it was pathetic. I think it's insignificant. Well, she probably does think it's insignificant since she has a net worth of about $43 million, she and her husband. A lot of people say this woman is an idiot. She isn't. Nancy Pelosi isn't stupid, but she sure thinks you are. So that's going to be a wrap for today. As we like to say on the Michigan Conservative Roundtable, be safe, watch your six, and don't tread on me.